I see the burden you carry, my friend. That gnawing sensation, that cosmic itch beneath your skin that whispers you were not made for this world. Do not pathologize it. Do not medicate it. Do not let the priests of mediocrity diagnose your altitude as illness. What you feel is not anxiety, it is ancestral memory. Your nervous system remembers mountains you have never climbed, battles you have never fought, and truths you have never spoken. Yet, the chosen one is not chosen because they are perfect. They are chosen because they possess the aristocratic stomach to digest reality without vomiting lies. You have lived your entire existence as an exile in your own life. Family gatherings drain you not because you are introverted, but because your blood rejects the poison of their conversations. Those shallow rituals where grown humans discuss weather and gossip while the universe burns with questions they are too cowardly to ask. Society did not misunderstand you. It feared you. The herd always recognizes the lion, even when the lion is still a cub. They smell the future predator and begin their preemptive sabotage. Guilt, gaslighting, the demand that you shrink, apologize for your intensity, dilute your vision to accommodate their blindness. This is not paranoia. This is the will to power of the weak. They must castrate the strong before the strong awaken to their strength. But yesterday happened, not the yesterday of clocks and calendars. Those are toys for mortals who mistake motion for meaning. No. The yesterday that shook even archangels occurred in that dimension, where decisions are final, where the divine court does not debate, but decrees. You felt nothing, no thunder, no vision, no angelic choir, and this is precisely why it was real. The most violent revolutions occur in silence. When God moves judicially, he does not ask permission from your feelings. He does not wait for you to feel ready. He acts because the evidence is sufficient, and for those with ears that have not been deafened by the noise of this decaying age, I have left the map to exit this labyrinth in the pinned comment, my trilogy, The 3 Keys to a Prosperous Life. But understand this, my lions and lionesses, the map is worthless if your legs refuse to walk. Knowledge without courage is just intellectual masturbation. The first step represents not understanding but betrayal, the sacred betrayal of the false self, the comfortable lies, the identity you inherited from cowards. Now, let us shatter some idols. The archangels were not shocked by your piety. You must abandon the Sunday school fantasy that heaven operates like a cosmic participation trophy system, where good boys and girls accumulate God points until they unlock blessings. No, the celestial economy does not reward mediocrity. It rewards contradiction, the ability to hold opposing truths simultaneously without collapsing into comfortable delusion. What shocked the archangels was not that you prayed. Prayer is common. What shocked them was that you continued to pray when prayer felt like swallowing glass. You obeyed when obedience yielded no dopamine hit. You remained faithful when faithfulness seemed statistically stupid. Do you comprehend the rarity of this? The cosmos is filled with believers who love God when he behaves like a vending machine. Insert prayer, receive blessing, but you loved him in the silence. You trusted him in the void. You honored the covenant when the covenant seemed one-sided. This is not religion. This is amor fati raised to its highest octave. You said yes to existence, even when existence tasted like ash. The archangels have witnessed martyrs die dramatically, but they rarely witness someone die slowly, quietly, without an audience, choosing fidelity over comfort every single day for years. That kind of strength does not come from willpower. It comes from a soul that has already died and been resurrected so many times that death holds no more terror. The darkness knew. Long before you knew yourself, the principalities and powers of this world's invisible architecture recognized the mark upon you. Not a literal mark. Stop thinking literally. You are not in a fantasy novel. The mark is a signature of consciousness, a frequency of being that disrupts the status quo simply by existing. You were targeted not because you were weak, but because you were dangerous. The demonic does not waste ammunition on the irrelevant. It invests heavily in sabotaging those who, once awakened, will cost it territory. Every random depression that had no logical cause, invasion, every friendship that inexplicably turned toxic, strategic, every door that slammed shut when you were certain it was your destiny, divine protection disguised as rejection. God was not ignoring your cries. He was shielding you from alliances that would have destroyed you. You wanted those doors to open because you could not yet see what was behind them. Compromise, distraction, soul death wrapped in opportunity. The archangels watched you weep over closed doors, and they marveled because you wept with integrity intact. Most people, when denied, become bitter. You became deeper. But let me be surgically honest with you, because you did not come here for a motivational poster. That intuition you possess, the one that makes you feel the truth of a room before anyone speaks, the one that exhausts you in crowds, is not a superpower. It is a burden of nobility. The eagle does not celebrate that it sees farther than the chickens. It simply endures the loneliness of altitude. Your sensitivity is the tax you pay for refusing to amputate your conscience. Modern society rewards the numb, the distracted, the shallow. You cannot participate in their game without destroying the very thing that makes you chosen. And so you must choose. Castrate your depth to fit in, or embrace your exile as the price of vision. Most will choose castration. They will take the pills, adopt the platitudes, join the herd, and die without ever having truly lived. But you keep returning to this edge, this knife's edge, between sanity and madness, between the human and the divine. Why? Because something in you, call it God, call it the overman, call it the future self that haunts your dreams, refuses to settle. That refusal is not a psychological disorder. It is a spiritual aristocracy, the genealogy of your wound. Why they hated you before you spoke. Let us now descend into the catacombs of your history. That family you were born into, do not romanticize it. A family is not sacred simply because DNA flows through it. Many families are simply legalized cults, enforcing groupthink and punishing deviance. You were the scapegoat, and this was not accidental. Every tribe requires a scapegoat, someone upon whom the collective shadow is projected, someone who must carry the unspoken sins, the repressed truths, the questions that threaten the fragile peace. You were that one. Why? Because you saw. Even as a child, you saw through the performances. You felt the contradictions, the parent who preached love but practiced control, the sibling who smiled but seethed, the family gatherings thick with unspoken rage, disguised as tradition. You did not have the language yet, but your body knew. Your stomach tightened, your energy fled. You became the difficult one, the overly sensitive one, the weird one. These were not descriptions, they were accusations. You were being punished for having a functioning nervous system in a family that had collectively agreed to numb theirs. The mechanism is always the same. The group identifies the one who will not lie and then gaslights them into believing their truth-telling is pathology. You're too intense. You overthink everything. Why can't you just relax? Translation. Your consciousness is an inconvenient mirror. Please stop existing so loudly. And because you were young, because you needed their approval to survive, you tried. You dimmed your light. You apologized for your brightness. You twisted yourself into a shape that would fit their low ceilings. But the body keeps the score, as they say. Years later, you found yourself exhausted for no reason, depressed without cause, anxious in situations that should have been safe. The therapists called it chemical imbalance. The gurus called it low vibration. Both were wrong. It was metaphysical exhaustion, the fatigue that comes from spending decades pretending to be someone you're not, betraying your own soul to purchase the love of people who were never capable of love in the first place. This is the genealogy of morals applied to your biography. Nietzsche taught us that what society calls good is often just the resentment of the weak codified into ethics. Your family did not hate you because you failed them. They hated you because you reminded them of their own failure. Your refusal to settle into mediocrity was a silent indictment of their choices. Your questions threatened their certainties. Your growth highlighted their stagnation. And rather than rise to meet you, they attempted to drag you down to their level. This is not cruelty. This is self-preservation. The herd must destroy the one who proves that escape is possible. Now here is where it gets physiological, because Nietzsche was not just a philosopher, he was a diagnostician of the body. Your nervous system absorbed these betrayals before your mind could name them. Every time you were punished for telling the truth, your vagus nerve learned truth equals danger. Every time you were isolated for being different, your limbic system encoded authenticity equals abandonment. You became a walking contradiction, a soul that longed for connection, but a body that screamed run whenever intimacy approached. This is not a personality flaw. This is adaptive intelligence. Your body was protecting you from a world that had repeatedly proven itself unsafe, and the darkness exploited this. Oh, how it exploited this. Because a chosen one in pain is more controllable than a chosen one in power. The goal was never to kill you. Dead martyrs become symbols. The goal was to keep you alive, but neutered, functional, but faithless, breathing, but not living. Depression as a demonic strategy is brilliant. It does not remove you from the chessboard. It just convinces you that you are a pawn when you are actually the queen. But then something shifted. You stopped trying to fix yourself according to their manual. You stopped apologizing for needing solitude. You stopped forcing yourself into spaces that depleted you. This was not selfishness. This was the beginning of sacred self-preservation. You began to honor your body's no. You began to trust your intuition's leave. You began to choose your own soul over their approval. And in that moment, though you did not know it, you crossed a threshold. You stopped being a victim of your sensitivity and started becoming a warrior of discernment. The archangels saw this. They saw you choose integrity over inclusion, truth over comfort, solitude over false community. And they marveled, because most people, when forced to choose between their soul and their tribe, choose the tribe. Most people would rather be wrong together than right alone. But you walked into the wilderness. You became the hermit, the exile, the one who would rather starve than eat poisoned bread. This is why the attack intensified. The darkness does not waste energy on the defeated. It panics over the ones who refuse to stay down. Every time you got back up, every time you prayed through the doubt, every time you chose hope over bitterness, every time you forgave when vengeance was justified, you were not just surviving. You were training. You were being forged in the fire that either destroys or deifies. And you, my fierce one, did not melt. You became steel. How many truths can you bear right now? Pause. Breathe. Because what I'm about to tell you will either liberate you or break you, depending on whether you are ready. The question is not whether you can understand this intellectually. Any moderately intelligent person can. The question is whether your soul has been tempered enough to carry it without collapsing into either arrogance or despair. So I ask again, how many truths can you bear right now? Good, you are still reading. That alone is evidence. Here is the truth. The absurd night that occurred in the celestial courts was not a reward for your performance. It was a recognition of your essence. God did not choose you because you finally got good enough. He revealed your chosenness because you finally stopped pretending. The moment you ceased performing for heaven, the moment you stopped trying to manipulate the divine through spiritual technique, the moment you collapsed into radical honesty and said, I don't even know if I believe anymore, but I will not lie about it. That was the moment you qualified. This will offend the religious. They will say, how dare you tell people that doubt is the doorway? But Nietzsche understood what the priests never could. The highest faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the will to believe despite doubt. It is the decision to honor the covenant even when the covenant seems absurd. This is not blind faith. This is tragic faith, the kind that knows the abyss, stares into it and still chooses love. That is what the archangels witnessed. They did not see a saint. They saw a soul willing to be shattered and still trust the hand that shatters. And so the decree was issued, not a suggestion, not a possibility, a judicial ruling. Your assignment, which had been under satanic litigation, yes, read the book of Job, it is not a metaphor, was now sealed. The enemy's legal right to delay, distort, or destroy your mission was revoked. This is why you feel different. This is why old addictions suddenly lost their power. This is why toxic people suddenly exited without drama. This is why doors you were desperately trying to force open suddenly slammed shut. The universe was not punishing you. It was aligning with the verdict. But here is the terrifying part. You have been authorized, but you have not yet been fully activated. You are in the space between the decree and the deployment. This is the most dangerous space because it is here that the temptation to sabotage yourself is strongest. The enemy can no longer touch you directly. The archangels have made sure of that. But he can still whisper, and his whisper now is not, you are worthless. That lie stopped working. His whisper now is, you are delusional. This is all in your head. You are making yourself special to cope with your ordinariness. Do not believe him. The proof is not in your feelings. Feelings are liars. The proof is in the pattern. Look at your life with cold eyes. Notice how every time you were about to settle, something disrupted it. Notice how every relationship that would have kept you small ended before you could legally bind yourself to it. Notice how every job that would have buried your gifts became unbearable until you left. This was not bad luck. This was divine interference. God was not failing you. He was protecting the mission even when you did not yet know there was a mission. You are not crazy. You are not special in the way your ego wants to be special. You are special in the way a tool is special, designed for a specific function. And that function is not to be comfortable, famous, or loved by many. Your function is to disrupt, to speak the truth that others feel but cannot name, to live in such a way that your existence becomes a question mark in the lives of the sleepwalkers. This is not a glamorous calling, it is a bloody one. The overman that Nietzsche prophesied is not a superhuman who feels no pain. The overman is the one who transforms pain into power, who takes the poison and makes it medicine, who says to suffering, I will not waste you. You have been in pain for so long that you forgot what it was training you for. Your suffering was not meaningless. It was your education. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every loss taught you detachment. Every dark night taught you that you do not need external validation to know who you are. And now, standing on the other side of that absurd night, you face a choice. Will you honor what has been entrusted to you, or will you return to the valley? The valley is easier. The valley has Wi-Fi and Netflix and people who will agree with you. But the mountain has you. The real you, the one you have been avoiding because you knew that meeting them would cost you everything you have been clinging to. The physiology of transformation, why you feel so strange. Let us talk about the body, because this is where the philosophy becomes flesh. You have noticed Perhaps that since that absurd night, your energy has changed. Not improved, not worsened, changed. Foods you once loved now taste like cardboard. Music that once moved you now irritates you. People you once tolerated now feel like sandpaper on your soul. Conversations that once engaged you now bore you to tears. You're not becoming cynical. You are becoming selective. Your frequency has shifted, and now anything that is not resonant with your new assignment feels like dissonance. This is not psychological. This is spiritual physiology. When God authorizes a mission, He does not just give you a task. He begins restructuring your entire operating system. Your nervous system is being recalibrated to handle higher voltage. Your emotional body is being purged of attachments that will not survive where you are going. Your mental body is being cleared of belief systems that were never yours to begin with. They were inherited, downloaded, absorbed from a culture that is itself insane. And this process, it feels like dying, because it is dying. The old self, the one who needed their approval, the one who measured success by external metrics, the one who believed that belonging was worth the cost of betrayal, that self is being crucified, not metaphorically, experientially. You are in the tomb right now, between the death and the resurrection. This is why nothing makes sense. This is why you feel disconnected from your own life. You are not depressed. You are gestating. Nietzsche spoke of the three metamorphoses of the spirit: the camel, the lion, and the child. The camel bears the weight, saying yes to every demand, every burden, every expectation. Most people live and die as camels, but then comes the moment when the camel says, enough, and it transforms into the lion, the one who roars, I will, in the face of the dragon that says, thou shalt. The lion is the warrior, the rebel, the one who fights for the right to create their own values. This is where you are now. You have become the lion. You have said no to the herd, and that no has unleashed a ferocity you did not know you possessed. But the lion is not the final form. The lion must become the child, the one who plays, who creates, who engages with existence not out of duty or rebellion, but out of pure, sacred joy. This is the promise waiting for you on the other side of this metamorphosis. But to get there, you must first endure the loneliness of the lion. You must roam the desert, away from the village, learning to trust your own roar. Your body knows this. This is why you crave solitude like a drug. This is why silence has become your sanctuary. This is why you can no longer tolerate the noise of this world. You are not broken, you are molting, and the molting process is never pretty. It is bloody, awkward, vulnerable, but it is also necessary. The snake does not mourn the shedding of its skin. It understands that what was once protection has now become a prison. And here is what the archangels saw. They saw you shedding. They saw you willing to lose everything: identity, relationships, security, rather than stay trapped in a skin that no longer fits. This willingness to let go is rarer than you think. Most people prefer the certainty of their prison to the uncertainty of their freedom. But you walked into the fire, not because you were suicidal, but because you trusted that whatever did not survive the flames was not meant to accompany you into the next chapter. Your digestion has changed, literally. You can no longer stomach certain energies. Gossip makes you nauseous. Drama exhausts you. Victimhood repels you. This is not judgment, this is allergy. Your system has been upgraded, and now anything that is low frequency triggers an immune response. Honor this. Do not force yourself to digest what your body is rejecting. This is sacred information. Your gut is more intelligent than your mind. Your body knows the mission even when your brain is still catching up. The fatigue you feel is not laziness, it is integration. Your soul is processing years of data, releasing decades of trauma, and rewiring neural pathways that were formed in captivity. This takes energy, massive amounts of it. So when you feel the urge to sleep 12 hours, do it. When you need to cancel plans, cancel them. When you want to sit in silence and do nothing, do nothing. This is not indulgence. This is obedience to the process. You are not collapsing, you are downloading. And here is the absurdity. While your internal world is being revolutionized, your external world looks the same. Same job, same apartment, same face in the mirror. This is the crucible. This is where most people abort the mission, because the gap between what they feel inside and what they see outside becomes unbearable. They think, if God really authorized this, where is the evidence? And they return to Egypt, to the familiar slavery, because at least there they knew what to expect. Do not be that person. The evidence is not yet visible, because what is being built inside you is foundational. You do not see the roots of the tree, but that does not mean they are not growing. You do not see the cocoon's transformation, but that does not mean the butterfly is not being formed. The decree has been issued, but the manifestation is still in the womb of time, and time in the hands of the divine does not bow to your impatience. The eternal recurrence. Would you live this again? Now, let me take you to the edge of the abyss. Nietzsche's most brutal teaching was the doctrine of the eternal recurrence. He asked, what if you had to live your life exactly as it has been, infinite times? Every pain, every betrayal, every moment of despair, again and again and again forever. Would you curse existence, or would you affirm it? This is not a thought experiment. This is the ultimate test of your relationship with reality. Can you say yes to your life, not despite the suffering, but because of it? Can you look at every closed door, every heartbreak, every humiliation, and say, I would choose this again because it made me who I am? Most people cannot. Most people live in resentment, wishing their past had been different, fantasizing about alternate timelines where they made better choices. This is the psychology of the slave, the one who blames circumstance for their condition. But you are being called to something higher. You are being called to amor fati, the love of fate. Not a passive acceptance, but an active embrace. To say to the universe, thank you for breaking me, because in the breaking, I found my true shape. This is what the archangels witnessed. They saw you in your darkest hour, still choosing trust. They saw you when you had every reason to curse God, still pray. They saw you when bitterness was justified, still practice forgiveness. This is not religion, this is spiritual aristocracy. This is the mark of the overman, the one who does not need life to be easy. They need it to be meaningful. And so the question is, can you love your life enough to live it again, exactly as it was? Because if you can, then you are free. Free from regret, free from resentment, free from the tyranny of what if. You become a creature of pure affirmation, and that affirmation is the most powerful force in the universe. It is the force that creates worlds. The absurd night was God's response to your amor fati. You did not know you were practicing it, but you were. Every morning you woke up and chose to keep going. You were saying yes to existence. Every time you resisted the temptation to numb yourself, you were honoring the gift of consciousness. Every time you stayed present to your pain instead of running, you were digesting reality like the lion devours the gazelle, transforming death into life. And now you stand at the threshold of your new reality. The old world is behind you, burning. The new world is ahead of you, unformed. You are the bridge between them. You are the one who must carry the fire from the old world into the new, and that fire is the truth you have learned through suffering. Do not waste it. Do not dilute it. Do not apologize for it. Speak it. Live it. Embody it. Even if they call you crazy, even if they mock you, even if they crucify you, because your mission is not to be liked. It is to be true. And the truth, when spoken by someone who has earned the right to speak it, is the most disruptive force in the cosmos. The tools of transfiguration. From poison to medicine. You did not survive that absurd night to remain a victim of your history. You survive to become an alchemist, the one who takes the lead of trauma and transmutes it into the gold of wisdom. But alchemy is not magic. It is a discipline. It requires tools, practices, rituals that ground the philosophy in flesh. First, the tool of strategic solitude. This is not isolation born of fear. It is separation born of intention. You must create a space, physical, temporal, psychological, where the noise of the world cannot reach you. This is your laboratory, your monastery, your war room. In this space, you do not consume, you create. You do not react, you reflect. You do not perform, you become. The herd will call this antisocial. Let them. Their opinion is the bleating of sheep who have never seen the mountain. Strategic solitude is how you protect your frequency from the contamination of mass consciousness. It is how you hear the voice of your own soul beneath the static of societal programming. It is how you remember who you are when the world keeps telling you who you should be. Schedule it. Defend it. Treat it as non-negotiable. This is not selfishness. This is self-sovereignty. You cannot give from an empty well, and the well is only filled in silence. The chosen one who does not practice solitude will eventually become a loud echo of other people's ideas, a hollow shell mouthing words they do not believe. Do not become that. Protect your aloneness as fiercely as you would protect your life, because it is your life. Second, the tool of mental diet. Nietzsche said, "You are what you eat." And he was not just talking about food. What are you consuming with your eyes, your ears, your attention? Are you feeding your mind the junk food of social media outrage, celebrity gossip, and fear-based news? Or are you nourishing it with philosophy, art, nature, silence? Your consciousness is not a trash can, it is a temple, and temples require maintenance. Curate your inputs with the ruthlessness of a general defending a city. Unfollow accounts that drain you. Stop reading articles that enrage you without empowering you. Turn off the television that programs you to be afraid. This is not ignorance. This is discernment. You are not hiding from the world. You are refusing to let the world's sickness become your own. Replace the poison with medicine. Read books that challenge you. Listen to music that elevates you. Spend time in nature, which is the only space that never lies. Surround yourself with beauty, not because you are naive, but because beauty is the antidote to despair. The world is ugly enough. Your inner world does not have to mirror it. Third, the tool of the sacred no. This is perhaps the most difficult because it requires you to disappoint people. To say no to invitations, requests, demands that do not align with your mission, to choose your assignment over their approval, to risk being called selfish.